Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Everybody comment down below. Let me know where y'all from. Let me know what y'all think. Let me get right into this, y'all. So I'm looking through a lot, and everybody's saying that with this whole Dolph thing, that they don't think he came from the community center. They think he got hit up at the Ruth Chris. And so I'm looking at it like, dang, man, because a lot of people are seeing that the fact that he wore the yellow shirt in the Ruth Chris, and they were taking these pictures of him, and it looked like everything was about to happen, like right then and there, man. And when you look at the fact that, okay, they may have took him from one place to another and everything, but it's very unsure. But all they know is the last place that he might have been seen at is Ruth Chris. And you see how Ruth Chris hasn't released any cameras of him walking in. They didn't release any footage of him walking out. So it's very weird that Ruth Chris hasn't done any of that to prove that Dolph was, whether he was there or not, the night of everything that happened the night before he got taken to Makedas, because he still had that yellow shirt. How is it that nobody is like looking in the direction of the restaurant like he was at and the people who was there? Because it's the last place he was at wearing the same clothes. Like, could you not tell that they kept trying to push this thing like he was at the gas station, but really he was at Ruth Chris the whole time? And then they're trying to confuse everybody by saying Makedas and this and Makedas and all that. But it's two restaurants, so like it's Makedas and Ruth Chris in that order. And so basically, actually, no, it's Ruth Chris first. That night before, he might have got hit up there first, and then they had to take him to the Makedas and stuff overnight. And so basically, they must have captured him at the community center, then went to the Ruth Chris to make it seem like he was having dinner, and then took him from there to the Makedas overnight, where he was found with the arm out the window and everything like that. And you know how that story goes, but it's like, why don't we see no footage? And even the gas station isn't showing footage of him leaving the gas station, because they know that it's going to be a car that was following. And the community center never showed anything. Like, we don't even know if they have cameras up at the community center for us to see who pulled up and what car was Young Dolph in, because at that time they already took his keys. And when they took his keys, the lady got in his pockets like right there, and it was all on camera, and like everybody's zooming in and looking at it, you could clearly see that she goes into the pocket of his jacket and literally takes out the keys to the same car that pulled up in front of Makedas. And the fact that the cookie shop, they're not showing the footage of him actually pulling up, neither is the laundromat. Like, nobody is trying to show it. And it's like, how's it that they can't show even the Ruth Chris of him pulling up and leaving? Like, we want to see of what was going on in the parking lot and who was around him when he was coming and going. Because whatever happened to Ruth Chris, if we could get the footage from that, that's going to tell you a lot more about if the Makedas situation is basically worse than what we thought. And so what everybody wants to know is exactly who basically set him up at the Ruth Chris. You see that he's taking the pictures with that lady, and that lady, a lot of people are talking about her and saying that, hey, you just can't trust nobody. And so the fact that right after that picture was taken, and you see the two people in the back at this story, I don't know if anybody has heard about this, but the two people in the back known for snatching people and literally got booked for actually trying to snatch somebody up in the car and everything. And so there was actually news reports of somebody getting snatched up by the people that was inside the Ruth Chris while Young Dolph was there. And all of that got swept under the rug, because you got to look close. They really actually tried to have the pieces in place in case the narrative went wrong. That way, if they had to say that, oh, Dolph got snatched up by these people, they already had the two people in place to be the fall guys. That would have been your equivalent to straight dropping Cornelius, but in another alternate plan where if the narrative didn't go and people knew for a fact straight drop wasn't the person who pulled the trigger, then they would go and put the blame on the two people in the restaurant. And you know it's a guy and a girl, and they came together and they're sitting in the back and everything. And it's like it could have been a lot of Yo Gotti affiliates inside of that restaurant, because you know that Ruth Chris and Yo Gotti's mom restaurant has ties together. Like they both are keeping each other close because they're in the same field of competition, and so they know and keep tabs on everybody that comes in and out, and they're literally feeding them. So they have them at their most vulnerable spot. They can make it look like it was fun dinner parties going on, when in reality there's all the people that's eating around Dolph and whatever is actually getting ready to snatch him up right then and there. So I'm guessing that they must have like been really quick at the community center. Once they switched the address, they must have been like, hey, the address switched. Dolph gets to the community center, and they tell him they're going to take him to Ruth Chris. And that's when the pictures came. And whether Dolph went willingly or not, I think they could have really actually held him hostage and said, you have to go to Ruth Chris and take these pictures and give these autographs. That's when they came to him with all the paperwork of him like forcing him to sign to release this, because people are money hungry. And so you know that they try to like get bribery to have people shut up, and they try to get every penny they could out of Dolph before the demise happened. And so it was there at the Ruth Chris where they really actually surrounded him, and all the people that were eating was actually in on it. And so the plot is really thick at this point, because we don't even know if Ruth Chris was supposed to even be open at the time the young Dolph picture was taken. It looked like it was late night, so it makes sense that they could have went from the turkey drive, that the address changed. Then once Dolph got there, whoever was waiting for him took him, whether it was probably forcibly, to the Ruth Chris. And at the Ruth Chris, that's when he was really held hostage, and they were taking those pictures because he's not smiling or anything like that. And so whether they were being very pushy and telling him like, it seemed like Dolph was like stuck or trapped. Like, why wouldn't he just get away and drive off? It's because they had his keys, so he didn't have the chance to just get away from them and drive off like that. Whoever took him in the car was the person who was trying to be in control of everything, and that's why basically everybody is saying that he got snatched up. And so this is why you have to basically keep eyes on everything, and this thing just keeps going. And so look, we're gonna have a lot more details come from sources out there. And so basically what we're gonna do is, hey, look, subscribe to the channel, guys. And just so you know, everything is just for entertainment purposes, and none of this is actual facts or anything is to be taken seriously. This is just wink wink for entertainment purposes. And so just to put it out there, the views in this are not actual expressions and views of the person who is speaking. And so with that being said, I want you guys to go ahead and like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.